Hey everybody, it's Jim. Like everybody else, I have time on my hands, so we're going to try something different today for the second part of this blog post. I'm going to read it to you and you can watch me do it. The radio industry is managing to break new ground during the coronavirus crisis. Instead of simply firing people, stations are putting jocks on furlough. You won't work and we ain't going to pay you, but we plan to have you back when this thing is over. Now, strictly speaking, that's better than getting fired. I mean, if they're letting people keep their health insurance, that's a kindness. Presumably, the furloughed staffers would be allowed to collect unemployment. But the thing to watch for is what happens to these people when the crisis is over. Over the next couple of months, while billings are historically low, radio stations will learn how to operate with drastically pared down staffs. When the crisis eases and billings pick up, if it does, and if they do, stations will have to decide whether they want to plow those increased revenues back into salaries or if they'd rather apply them straight to the bottom line. And some stations will opt for the latter, changing furloughed into fired. It's also open to question whether all of the furloughed employees will want to come back. Being told you're non-essential for the duration of the emergency is a judgment of your value to the company, and maybe somebody else would value you more. The next step, which we can guess will happen by next week if it doesn't happen yet today, is that staffers keeping their jobs will be asked to take salary cuts. That won't be unique to radio. It's already happening in the newspaper industry, and businesses outside of the media industry will do it too. Listen, I understand the math. I've been around this business forever. Stations have to keep the lights on somehow, but they are caught in a catch-22. While the industry is touting radio's increased value as a companion and as an information source in time of need, and giving itself credit for rediscovering its public service obligations, its credibility in these matters was built to a large extent by the talent it is letting go right now. At a moment when listeners want to depend on people they trust, some of those people aren't going to be there anymore. Listen, I hope you thought this was worthwhile. It's something different. We may never do it again, or we might. But until then, whenever then is, thanks for reading, thanks for listening, and stay well, everybody.